Welcome to our channel. We are so glad you found your way here. Let us help you fall asleep. Let's begin with the quiet collapse of Aereo, the failure of the television streaming startup. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it. Even the tallest towers eventually quiet down. Tonight, we gently explore the empty boardrooms and forgotten ambitions of the past. Your mind is calm, and we are ready to begin. Established in 2010, Aereo emerged from the vision of Chet Kanogia, who sought to redefine the way in which viewers accessed and consumed television content. Operating initially in New York City, it introduced a novel concept: the ability to stream live television over the internet using an array of tiny antennas. This innovation promised to grant users the convenience of watching broadcast television on their devices, free from the constraints of traditional cable subscriptions. Aereo's model was predicated on the notion of individual antenna ownership, allowing subscribers to access local broadcasting without incurring fees for cable packages. This approach resonated with those disenchanted by the existing landscape of television distribution, offering a glimpse into a future where content was more accessible and flexible. The company attracted significant attention and investment, with promises of democratizing television viewing. As it expanded into different markets, enthusiasm grew, punctuated by the media's portrayal of Aereo as a revolutionary force challenging established broadcasting norms. Yet the legal battles that followed foreshadowed the challenges ahead. Major networks contested Aereo's business model, arguing that it infringed upon their copyrights and threatened the very foundation of traditional broadcasting. The initial optimism began to wane as the company faced mounting scrutiny, setting the stage for an inevitable decline. The concept of over-the-air broadcast relied on a simple premise: delivering television signals through the airwaves to viewers without requiring a subscription. This allowed audiences to access a variety of channels, fostering a sense of freedom and accessibility. Early adopters celebrated the potential for innovation, envisioning a future where barriers to content consumption would dissolve. The growing accessibility of technology seemed to promise a new era for television viewing. Challenges soon emerged, however. Legal complexities surrounded the notion of capturing and rebroadcasting signals without the consent of major networks. Content providers began to assert their rights, viewing the business model as a direct threat to their established revenue streams. This tension manifested as a series of lawsuits, which not only drained financial resources, but also diverted attention from technological development. The implications of these legal battles extended beyond corporate boardrooms. They resonated throughout the industry, instigating a cautious atmosphere among investors and stakeholders. Confidence in the viability of the business waned as the prospect of regulatory hurdles loomed larger. Compounding these issues were shifts in consumer behavior, with viewers increasingly gravitating towards more established streaming platforms, which offered a seamless experience devoid of legal ambiguity. In this evolving landscape, the promise of over-the-air broadcasting began to fade, leaving behind a trail of uncertainty. Chet Kanogia emerged as a pivotal figure in this narrative, embodying the ambition and vision that initially propelled the venture. His background in technology and media positioned him as a forward-thinking entrepreneur, driven by a desire to disrupt traditional television models. This ambition manifested in the creation of a service that allowed consumers to access live television broadcasts via the internet, circumventing conventional distribution methods. As Aereo began to gain traction, it attracted attention for its innovative approach. The use of miniature antennas to capture over-the-air signals exemplified a novel solution in an industry resistant to change. These devices, clustered in small warehouses, provided users with a seamless viewing experience. Canogia's leadership inspired a team dedicated to pushing the boundaries of what was possible in television consumption. Despite its initial promise, the enterprise faced mounting legal challenges. Major broadcasters viewed Aereo as a direct threat, leading to lawsuits that would. As these challenges intensified, the ambitious vision began to unravel, setting the stage for the eventual decline of the once promising enterprise. This innovative streaming model allowed users to access live television signals via the internet, utilizing a network of small antennas. The approach enabled viewers to watch their favorite shows without the need for traditional cable subscriptions. Each customer received a personalized antenna, which they could control remotely, granting unprecedented freedom in viewing. The convenience and flexibility appealed to a growing segment of the population increasingly disenchanted with conventional television. This region became a hotspot for technological innovation, as Aereo's unique offering capitalized on the burgeoning demand for digital content consumption. The ingenuity of the system generated significant interest and investment, positioning the company as a potential disruptor in the media landscape. Features such as cloud DVR capabilities further enhanced user experience, allowing recordings to be stored and accessed at will. Despite this promise, the legal landscape shifted dramatically. Major media companies filed lawsuits, alleging copyright infringement and unauthorized distribution of their content. These actions not only drained financial resources, but also diverted attention from further innovation and improvement of the platform. As the legal battles consumed energy and focus, the once celebrated technology began to falter. The market, which had initially embraced the concept, grew increasingly wary. The idealistic vision of reshaping television consumption faced insurmountable obstacles, leading to its quiet demise. Initial funding played a crucial role in the formation of the streaming startup. With a vision to revolutionize the way viewers engaged with television, it attracted significant attention from venture capitalists. Early investments provided the necessary capital to develop the technology and infrastructure. This influx of financial resources allowed for the rapid expansion of services, as well as the recruitment of skilled professionals who shared the ambitious dream of redefining the industry. Strategies employed by Aereo included leveraging innovative technology to deliver over-the-air broadcast signals through internet streaming. The business model seemed promising, capitalizing on the growing trend of cord cutting as more consumers sought alternatives to traditional cable packages. These investments were initially met with enthusiasm, indicating a belief in the potential market demand. Despite this optimism, the legal landscape posed considerable challenges. Content providers and broadcast networks viewed the model as a threat, leading to numerous lawsuits. The ensuing legal battles drained resources and diverted focus from the core mission. As the consequences of these legal disputes unfolded, the initial excitement surrounding the funding and investment strategies began to wane. The financial foundation that once seemed robust now appeared fragile, exacerbating the issues faced by this fading company. What began as a beacon of hope for a new era of television consumption. Difficulties soon emerged as the launch date approached. In March of 2013, Aereo entered the competitive landscape of television streaming, offering a service that allowed users to access live television via the internet. The model included miniature antennas to capture over-the-air broadcasts, presenting a novel solution to the growing demand for flexibility in viewing habits. Early responses were mixed, with some viewing it as an innovative disruption, while others raised concerns about its legality. The initial rollout took place in New York City, where it attracted attention from both consumers and industry giants. By mid-2013, Aereo garnered significant media coverage, boasting a user-friendly interface and an attractive subscription model. The potential for expansion seemed promising, with plans to enter additional markets in the near future. This region, however, was already saturated with established players who began to respond aggressively to the new competitor. By the end of 2013, Aereo's subscriber base had grown, but the challenges were mounting. Legal battles ensued with major networks, questioning the very foundation of its service. Lawsuits claimed that the operation infringed upon copyright protections, leading to a complex web of litigation that would. Experiments with features that allowed for a seamless viewing experience were notable. The ability to pause and rewind live television, combined with the cloud-based DVR functionality, catered to the demands of a generation accustomed to on-demand content. These enhancements contributed to a user experience that promised convenience and flexibility. Yet user engagement metrics began to falter. As legal challenges mounted, the focus on innovation waned, and the once vibrant platform began to stagnate. Limited resources led to fewer updates, diminishing the interface's responsiveness and overall appeal. Feedback from users revealed growing frustrations as glitches and operational issues became more prevalent. In this environment, competitors capitalized on these shortcomings, refining their own platforms and luring users away. The once promising vision of a revolutionary streaming service gradually dimmed, leaving behind a legacy marred by legal struggles and unfulfilled potential. This legacy was not solely shaped by market forces, but also by a complex legal landscape. Copyright issues loomed large over the aspirations of many streaming services, with Aereo at the forefront of this tumultuous battleground. The cloud of litigation cast a long shadow on its operations, as traditional broadcasters viewed its innovative model as a direct threat to their established revenue streams. The service, which aimed to provide access to over-the-air content through a unique technology, faced fierce opposition. Legal challenges mounted, with major networks asserting that Aereo's business model infringed upon their copyrights. This confrontation marked a critical point in the evolution of media distribution, revealing deep-seated tensions between traditional broadcasting and emerging streaming platforms. The higher courts became the arena for this conflict, leading to pivotal rulings that would shape the industry. The United States Supreme Court. Consequently, the fallout from this legal battle underscored the precarious nature of the streaming market, where creativity often collided with entrenched interests. The implications of these decisions continue to resonate, shaping the future of content distribution and accessibility in a rapidly evolving digital world. Early adopters embraced the innovative concept offered by Aereo, drawn to its promise of accessible content without the constraints of traditional cable services. This initial customer base, primarily comprised of tech-savvy individuals seeking flexibility, quickly recognized the potential for disruption within the television landscape. They valued the ability to stream live television through their devices, leading to early enthusiasm and word-of-mouth promotion. Market response in the early stages appeared positive, reflecting a growing desire among consumers for alternatives to conventional broadcasting. This region saw a surge in interest. Aereo attracted attention from various sectors, including technology and media. Analysts noted the significance of such a service, suggesting it could redefine viewing habits and consumer expectations. Critics, however, began to voice concerns regarding the legality of Aereo's operations. Legal challenges emerged, with established media companies expressing apprehension over potential revenue losses. This tension cast a shadow over the company's initial successes. Despite the favorable reception among early users, the looming threat of litigation would soon overshadow the enthusiasm that had initially characterized this venture. With each passing month, the balance shifted. Aereo's innovative approach faced scrutiny from traditional industry players, leading to a gradual decline in support. The initial excitement began to wane, preparing the ground for the eventual unraveling of the promising startup. A crucial component supporting the fading company was its reliance on cloud technology, which was intended to streamline operations and enhance user experience. This technology enabled the capture and delivery of over-the-air television signals, offering an innovative approach to viewing. In theory, it allowed subscribers to access content remotely, harnessing the scalability that cloud infrastructure promised. The system relied on a network of antennas and servers, each strategically placed to optimize signal reception and distribution. Challenges emerged as subscription numbers grew, revealing limitations in the infrastructure. Increased demand highlighted weaknesses in scalability and reliability, leading to service interruptions that frustrated users. These disruptions undermined the once promising reputation, contributing to dissatisfaction and declining trust. Financial constraints began to surface as well, complicating the ability to maintain and expand the necessary cloud resources. Investment in technology was crucial, yet funding became increasingly scarce as interest dwindled. The inability to adapt quickly to changing market conditions left the startup vulnerable. Competitors capitalized on these shortcomings, offering more stable and robust alternatives. As the cloud-based model faltered, the fading company struggled to find its footing. The ideal of seamless streaming became a distant memory, overshadowed by the operational challenges and relentless competition. The rise of cord-cutting altered television consumption patterns significantly, creating a new landscape for viewers and businesses alike. This shift saw traditional cable subscriptions decline as consumers sought more affordable and flexible viewing options. Streaming services emerged, offering on-demand access to a variety of content, appealing to the desires of an increasingly mobile audience. In this evolving environment, viewers began to prioritize convenience and personalization, favoring platforms that allowed them to curate their own entertainment experiences. The demand for original programming surged, incentivizing companies to invest heavily in content creation, resulting in a proliferation of offerings across multiple platforms. This region of media consumption became characterized by fragmentation, as audiences spread across numerous services, making it difficult for any single entity to capture and maintain market share. Established players faced pressure to innovate or risk obsolescence, while new entrants struggled to carve out their niches amidst the noise. These changes disrupted traditional advertising models as well. Brands had to rethink their strategies, adapting to the realities of a generation increasingly disengaged from linear television. Advertising dollars shifted to digital platforms, further complicating the financial prospects for those clinging to old paradigms. The landscape became less about dominance and more about survival, as many companies found themselves outpaced by the rapid pace of technological advancement and shifting consumer preferences. Unconventional marketing strategies characterized Aereo's approach, aiming to carve a unique niche within an increasingly crowded streaming market. Utilizing a direct-to-consumer model, it positioned itself as a disruptor, emphasizing the simplicity of accessing over-the-air television channels via the internet. This positioning appealed to a generation of viewers seeking alternatives to traditional cable offerings, often perceived as cumbersome and costly. The branding focused on the concept of empowerment, promoting the idea that consumers could take control of their viewing experiences. The slogan, Aereo, your TV, your way, resonated with a public eager for customization. This message drew attention, creating an image of innovation and modernity. The company also leveraged social media platforms to engage with potential customers, fostering a sense of community around its service. Despite these efforts, it faced formidable challenges. Legal battles loomed large as traditional broadcasters opposed its business model, arguing it infringed upon copyright laws. This conflict overshadowed marketing initiatives, diverting focus and resources. As the legal pressures mounted, the original message of empowerment and innovation began to falter. Consumer confidence waned, leading to a decline in subscriptions. The once promising brand found itself ensnared in a web of litigation, undermining its carefully crafted image and the market landscape shifted dramatically as traditional cable providers adapted to the rise of streaming services. They began offering their own on-demand content, blurring the lines that once clearly separated them from emerging platforms. This transformation presented an insurmountable challenge for the fading company. The competition was no longer merely about content. It encompassed the entire viewing experience, including user interfaces and accessibility. Consumer preferences evolved, favoring the convenience and flexibility that streaming services provided. This new demand for instant gratification created a formidable barrier for those still reliant on conventional models. The vast array of options available meant audiences no longer felt tethered to legacy systems. Amidst this turmoil, the fading company struggled to capture the attention of a discerning audience. The investment in technology and infrastructure to support streaming capabilities proved insufficient. This inadequacy became glaringly apparent as they faced competitors that not only offered extensive libraries, but also provided original programming tailored to current viewer tastes. The effects of these dynamics were palpable as subscriptions dwindled and financial forecasts turned bleak. With each passing quarter, the reality of a shifting industry took its toll, rendering the once ambitious venture a mere footnote in the history of media evolution. The remnants of a bygone era lingered, overshadowed by the relentless march of progress. Aereo experienced a period of rapid expansion, fueled by a vision that sought to redefine television consumption. This initiative garnered attention, attracting a diverse user base eager for innovative alternatives to traditional broadcasting. The promise of accessing live television over the internet without cable subscriptions resonated deeply in a market ripe for disruption. Cities across the nation embraced the service as the company strategically launched in numerous metropolitan areas. Each new market brought with it a blend of excitement and optimism as users celebrated the ease of streaming content directly to their devices. The infrastructure required to support this growth was meticulously developed with a focus on reliability and user experience. Investments poured in, allowing for the enhancement of technology and marketing efforts. Advertising campaigns highlighted the convenience of watching favorite shows anytime, anywhere. The allure of this new model drew in attention from both consumers and industry analysts alike. Yet beneath the surface, challenges began to arise. Legal battles over copyright issues emerged, creating a complex landscape that threatened its operational foundation. Regulatory scrutiny intensified, complicating the once clear path forward. While expansion had painted a picture of success, these underlying issues quietly foreshadowed the impending difficulties that would soon confront the enterprise. User analytics played a pivotal role in shaping the business strategy of the fading company. By harnessing data on viewer preferences and behaviors, it aimed to refine its offerings and enhance the user experience. This information provided insights into which programs drew audiences and what features resonated most with subscribers. Tailoring content to meet these demands was intended to foster loyalty among its user base. Data collection, however, revealed inconsistencies. While some metrics suggested a growing interest in particular genres, user engagement fluctuated unpredictably. This volatility made it challenging to create effective marketing strategies. Despite the emphasis on analytics, the insights often led to confusion rather than clarity. Decisions based on incomplete or misinterpreted data left the organization grappling with misguided initiatives. The reliance on user analytics also highlighted a deeper issue regarding subscriber retention. While initial sign-up rates appeared promising, the analytics unveiled a troubling trend. Many users disengaged shortly after registering. The anticipated long-term commitment from subscribers failed to materialize, raising concerns about the sustainability of the business model. In an environment where competition thrived on agility and adaptability, the inability to effectively leverage analytics became a significant liability. As the enterprise struggled to interpret the data accurately, it drifted further from the path to recovery, leaving behind a trail of missed opportunities and unmet potential. Initial successes marked a brief, illuminating phase for the fading company. Rapid subscriber growth emerged from a promising product that offered unprecedented access to live television programming. Early adopters embraced the concept of streaming, captivated by the convenience and flexibility it provided. Projections indicated an upward trajectory, with revenue forecasts reflecting a bright future. The allure of a fresh business model attracted significant attention, drawing investors eager to capitalize on the digital shift in media consumption. During this period, the enterprise garnered a loyal user base, with millions flocking to its innovative service. Analysts lauded the potential for expansion, projecting that the subscriber count could exceed 1 million within a year. These early indicators painted a picture of optimism, suggesting that the venture could redefine television viewing in the modern age. The tech-savvy demographic, primarily composed of younger consumers, displayed enthusiasm for cutting the cord, leading to a surge in demand. Revenue streams multiplied, buoyed by subscription fees that promised lucrative returns. Yet amidst this initial success, the underlying challenges remained obscured. Competition intensified, and the struggle to secure content agreements became increasingly pronounced. The company faced mounting pressure to sustain its growth, and the initial glow of achievement began to dim, foreshadowing the difficulties that lay ahead. Legal challenges emerged from major broadcast networks, complicating the already precarious situation for the fading company. Lawsuits were filed, claiming copyright infringement and arguing that this venture was unlawfully distributing their content. These legal battles created an environment of uncertainty, drawing resources away from innovation and strategic development. The courtroom became a battleground where arguments centered around the ownership of broadcast signals, a matter that had previously been taken for granted. This region of media law was uncharted for many, with outcomes that could dictate the very existence of the enterprise. The once promising startup found itself mired in litigation that extended for years, draining financial reserves and diverting attention from its original mission. As the lawsuits progressed, the perception of the company shifted from that of an innovative disruptor to one embroiled in controversy. Perceptions solidified among consumers and investors alike, leading to dwindling enthusiasm. The initial user base grew hesitant, their loyalty tested by the unfolding legal drama. The financial implications of these disputes began to crystallize, revealing the harsh reality of the situation. Investors grew wary, leading to a retreat from the funding that had once flowed freely. The ambitious dreams of transforming the television landscape began to fade, overshadowed by the relentless grip of legal uncertainties. In 2013, a pivotal moment arrived, encapsulated in the legal battle known as ABC v. Aereo. This case thrust the fading company into the national spotlight as major broadcasters challenged its model of streaming live television signals over the internet. The contention arose from a fundamental question: did Aereo's unique approach to capturing and transmitting signals infringe upon the rights of broadcasters? The Supreme Court took on this contentious issue, a decision that would reverberate through the streaming landscape. Legal arguments were meticulously presented, with broadcasters asserting that Aereo's operations violated copyright laws, while Aereo maintained that it merely provided equipment that allowed users to access public airwaves. The court deliberation captured the attention of industry experts and laypeople alike, as the outcome held the potential to reshape the future of broadcasting and streaming services. On June 24, 2014, the Supreme Court delivered its ruling, concluding that Aereo's method of operation constituted a violation of copyright law. This verdict dealt a devastating blow, not only to the company, but also to the broader aspirations of similar startups hoping to innovate in the television streaming sphere. Following this significant legal defeat, the once promising enterprise faced insurmountable challenges, leading to its eventual dissolution and leaving a void in the landscape it sought to revolutionize. Stakeholders held contrasting views regarding its operational model. Proponents championed the innovation it represented, viewing it as a harbinger of change in an industry traditionally dominated by cable providers. They believed access to over-the-air broadcasts without the constraints of conventional subscriptions offered consumers unprecedented freedom. This group hailed it as a consumer rights issue, arguing that individuals deserved the ability to select and pay for content on their terms. Opposition arose from established networks and broadcasters who asserted that such a model undermined their business framework. Concerns about revenue loss and intellectual property rights framed their arguments. They contended that Aereo's practices encroached upon the very essence of their livelihoods, undermining investments made in producing original content. Legal battles ensued, revealing a deep divide between innovation and tradition, where each side grappled with fundamental questions about ownership and access in the digital age. Regulatory bodies observed these dynamics with increasing scrutiny, recognizing the implications for the broader media landscape. As its operations came under fire, public sentiment began to shift. Once an emblem of disruption, it now symbolized the complexities of navigating a rapidly evolving digital ecosystem. The conversations surrounding Aereo reflected larger societal tensions regarding technology, access, and the future of content consumption, laying bare the intricate relationships among stakeholders. The ruling from the Supreme Court came as a decisive blow, affirming the concerns of traditional broadcasters over Aereo's innovative model. This verdict rendered the startup's operational framework untenable, signaling a profound shift in the legal landscape of digital content delivery. The court's decision effectively positioned the streaming service on a collision course with established industry norms, emphasizing the importance of copyright protections and the rights of content creators. In the aftermath of the ruling, uncertainty enveloped the company. Investors grew wary as financial projections crumbled under the weight of legal constraints. The technological aspirations, once promising, now faced insurmountable barriers. Aereo's infrastructure, designed to capitalize on the burgeoning demand for streaming services, began to deteriorate as subscriptions waned and customer trust eroded. This outcome not only precipitated Aereo's decline, but also served as a cautionary tale for other startups navigating the complexities of a rapidly evolving digital landscape. The implications extended beyond the immediate failure, prompting a reevaluation of business models that relied on circumventing traditional distribution channels. In the broader context, the verdict highlighted a hesitance among investors to support ventures that might challenge established practices, ushering in an era of caution in the realm of innovative content delivery. The echoes of this ruling would resonate throughout the industry for years to come. The company faced mounting challenges. Discussions emerged regarding partnerships with content providers. These collaborations, intended to mitigate legal risks, aimed to create a more compliant framework for streaming. The ambition was to balance technology with the complexities of copyright law. Despite the strategic adjustments, the underlying challenges persisted. Financial resources dwindled, straining the operational capacity to implement these changes effectively. The public perception of the brand began to shift, influenced heavily by the legal battles that overshadowed its innovative spirit. Amidst this tumult, the once promising startup struggled to maintain its identity in a competitive market. It became increasingly evident that external pressures were eroding the foundation upon which it was built. As the company navigated these turbulent waters, the original vision blurred, leaving behind a legacy marked by aspiration and unfulfilled potential. The ruling delivered by the Supreme Court marked a definitive turning point in the trajectory of the fading company. This decision rendered the core business model obsolete, dismantling the foundation upon which it was built. With the legal landscape suddenly shifting, the once enthusiastic subscriber base dwindled, leaving behind a void filled with disappointment and uncertainty. Investors, initially captivated by the promise of innovation, began to retreat into the shadows, their confidence evaporating. The financial ramifications were immediate and severe, triggering a rapid decline in stock value. It became increasingly difficult to maintain operations, as mounting debts loomed ominously in the background. The once bustling offices, filled with energy and ambition, now reflected a stark contrast, marked by an air of resignation and despair. In this region, the remnants of a hopeful enterprise lay scattered, echoing the dreams of a generation seeking new forms of media consumption. Employees, once driven by a shared vision, faced an unsettling reality, leading to layoffs and a restructuring process that felt both inevitable and tragic. The atmosphere grew heavy with the weight of lost possibilities, as the vibrant discussions of future innovations gave way to hushed conversations about survival. This decline was not merely a business failure. It represented a poignant narrative of ambition meeting stark reality, leaving behind a cautionary tale etched in the annals of the tech industry. Legal struggles imposed a significant strain on operations, draining much-needed resources and diverting attention from strategic growth. As litigation unfolded, mounting legal fees consumed a substantial portion of capital, undermining the startup's financial stability. It became increasingly evident that defending against a barrage of lawsuits was not only a battle for survival, but also a slow erosion of investor confidence. With each court ruling, the landscape shifted unfavorably. Investors, once eager to pour funds into a promising venture, grew hesitant, wary of the uncertainties surrounding the company's future. The once vibrant narrative of innovation transformed into a saga of missed opportunities, as potential partnerships evaporated under the weight of impending court dates. Cash flow dwindled, forcing leadership to make difficult decisions about resource allocation. Employees, once fueled by a shared vision, began to feel the palpable tension of an uncertain future. This region, once buzzing with creativity, became quiet as projects were shelved and morale waned. The once promising startup found itself grappling not only with legal constraints, but also with the profound implications of its faltering financial condition. Outside observers noted the contrast between initial hopes and the stark reality unfolding. What began as a bold venture quickly necessitated a reevaluation of its approach. The initial model relied heavily on providing unlicensed access to over-the-air television signals, a strategy that appeared innovative but overlooked the intricate legal landscape governing broadcast content. As challenges mounted, it became clear that the prevailing market realities demanded a significant shift in direction. This gradual recognition prompted an internal dialogue focused on alternative strategies. Leadership sought to explore partnerships with existing content providers, aiming to create a more sustainable business model. The allure of direct-to-consumer streaming services, with their subscription-based revenue potential, began to replace the initial dream of providing free access. These adjustments reflected a broader trend within the industry, where competition intensified and consumer preferences evolved. The once promising startup faced increasing scrutiny from regulators, and its initial vision struggled to align with the shifting regulatory environment. Discussions about content licensing and distribution rights became central to its new strategy, yet the transformation required time. This region of the media landscape was becoming increasingly saturated, and the changing dynamics left little room for missteps. Attempts to adapt were met with mixed results, highlighting the daunting reality of competing in an ecosystem that demanded both agility and compliance. The fading company found itself caught in a cycle of reactive measures, attempting to redefine its identity amidst turmoil. A profound silence enveloped the fading company as the decision to cease operations loomed. On April 22, 2014, an announcement echoed through the corridors, signaling the end of an ambitious venture. The culmination of various factors guided this choice, each contributing to the inevitable decline. Legal battles had ensnared it, pulling resources and attention away from growth. The contentious relationship with major broadcasters created a rift that proved insurmountable. Faced with mounting litigation costs, the financial strain intensified, suffocating innovative potential. Additional funding attempts fell short, leaving it vulnerable in a competitive landscape dominated by established players. Market research indicated a shifting consumer preference for consolidated streaming services rather than fragmented access. While early adopters embraced the technology, broader appeal remained elusive. The lack of a substantial user base diminished its negotiating power, leading to unfavorable terms with content providers. By the time its closure was confirmed, the once promising startup had become a case study in misalignment with market realities. Employees, once fueled by visions of disruption, faced uncertainty. The finality of the decision reverberated through the tech community, serving as a reminder of the challenges inherent in navigating the evolving landscape of digital media. In the aftermath, remnants of ambition turned to dust, leaving behind a cautionary tale for future innovators. Disappointment permeated the air as customers grappled with the abrupt cessation of services. Many had relied on the startup's innovative approach to television streaming, which had promised a more flexible and affordable alternative to traditional cable. The allure of accessing live broadcasts via the cloud had drawn in a devoted user base, eager to embrace this novel technology. Responses varied across social media platforms, with some expressing frustration and a sense of betrayal. They had invested not only financially, but emotionally in the notion that this service would redefine their viewing experience. The discontent manifested in countless posts, where users lamented the loss of convenience and the reversion to outdated viewing methods. Others took a more analytical stance, critiquing the business model that led to its downfall. In this region, the impact was palpable, as conversations shifted from enthusiasm for innovation to discussions of regulatory constraints and competitive pressures. Some customers sought alternative solutions, exploring other streaming services, while others contemplated returning to traditional cable, a decision they had hoped to avoid. Amidst this reactionary landscape, industry analysts dissected the implications of the failure. This case became a reference point, illustrating the precarious nature of technological advancements and the delicate balance between innovation and sustainability in a rapidly evolving market. The business model of this startup was characterized by its ambitious approach to streaming live television through the internet. Central to its strengths was an innovative use of small antennas, which allowed subscribers to access over-the-air broadcasts. This approach provided an appealing solution for consumers seeking an alternative to traditional cable services, emphasizing affordability and accessibility. Capturing the interest of a tech-savvy audience, it positioned itself as a forward-thinking disruptor in a saturated market. Challenges soon became apparent, however. The reliance on existing broadcasting signals raised significant legal questions. This vulnerability undermined the viability of its business model, as it faced numerous lawsuits from established networks. The legal battles revealed weaknesses in both its operational strategy and its understanding of regulatory environments. Financial sustainability proved elusive as well. Rapid growth led to increasing operational costs, with a limited revenue stream dependent on subscription fees. As competition intensified, it struggled to differentiate itself from larger incumbents offering similar services bundled with other features. The eventual court ruling against its model. The eventual court ruling against its model marked a significant turning point in its trajectory. Customer acquisition strategies that had initially seemed promising soon faltered under the weight of legal challenges. A focus on urban centers, while strategically sound, did not account for the diverse preferences of a national audience. The appeal of streaming television had surged, yet this company struggled to convert interest into a sustainable subscriber base. Marketing efforts leaned heavily on the allure of innovative technology, but it failed to resonate with potential viewers. Many found the concept of antenna-based streaming confusing, leading to skepticism about its reliability. Customer outreach campaigns often emphasized features rather than addressing viewer concerns about content accessibility. This disconnect left many potential customers uncertain about the value proposition. In addition, the reliance on word-of-mouth referrals proved insufficient. Early adopters were enthusiastic, but their enthusiasm did not translate into a broad-based consumer movement. Competition from established players intensified, and their well-funded marketing campaigns overshadowed the startup's more modest attempts. As subscriptions stagnated, the business model, already vulnerable, began to unravel. The combination of misaligned messaging and intense market pressure eroded confidence. The fading company found itself unable to pivot effectively, leading to a decline that would. Technological challenges in scaling services emerged as a significant hurdle for the fading company. Initially, the ambitious model promised an innovative solution to television streaming, relying heavily on cloud technology to deliver over-the-air content. The infrastructure required to support this model proved to be complex and costly. Bandwidth limitations affected service quality, resulting in frequent buffering and interruptions. As demand for content surged, it became increasingly difficult to maintain a seamless experience for users. The reliance on multiple third-party networks complicated matters further. Licensing agreements with content providers created a convoluted legal landscape. Uncertainties over regulatory compliance added to the difficulties, leading to increasing operational costs. Investment in robust technology was essential, yet resources were limited, restricting the ability to enhance or expand the platform effectively. Market competition intensified, with larger, established players leveraging economies of scale to offer superior services at lower prices. They capitalized on their existing infrastructure, leaving the fading company struggling to keep pace. Technical innovations that should have been implemented to enhance user experience remained unrealized due to financial constraints. With a shrinking user base and dwindling investor confidence, the once promising startup faced insurmountable obstacles. These technological challenges contributed significantly to its decline, marking a poignant chapter in the evolution of television streaming services. Licensing agreements represented a critical component in the landscape of streaming services. Without a solid foundation of legally secured content, platforms struggled to attract and retain subscribers. This aspect became increasingly apparent as competitors emerged, each vying for exclusive partnerships with content creators and distributors. The absence of considerable licensing deals left many ventures vulnerable, limiting their content libraries and diminishing appeal to potential users. In this context, the inability to secure pivotal agreements proved detrimental. Established networks and studios often prioritized well-funded entities with proven track records, sidelining newer players with innovative ideas but scant resources. Content rights became an intricate web in this region, as negotiations intensified and restrictions tightened. It led to a profound imbalance, where only those with substantial financial backing could thrive. This dynamic created an environment where the value of available content directly influenced user engagement. Viewers sought diverse offerings, and platforms without popular titles faced dwindling subscriber bases. The struggle for licensing left many startups grappling for survival, leading to difficult decisions regarding operational viability. The reliance on agreements dictated not only the breadth of available programming, but also shaped the overall user experience. In the end, the consequences of these challenges resonated throughout the industry, underscoring the necessity of strategic partnerships in an increasingly competitive field. Innovation was a defining characteristic of this fading company. Fueled by a vision to disrupt the traditional television landscape, it adopted a culture that promoted experimentation and risk-taking. Employees were encouraged to think outside the box, developing new technologies that aimed to redefine how viewers access content. This atmosphere of creativity, however, was juxtaposed against an increasingly complex regulatory environment. Compliance loomed heavily over operations. Legal challenges were omnipresent, stemming from objections by major broadcasters who viewed the startup's model as a direct threat to their business. This tension created a duality within the organization, as teams oscillated between the drive for groundbreaking solutions and the constraints imposed by existing laws. The pursuit of innovation often clashed with the necessity to adhere to compliance requirements. These conflicting priorities fostered an internal struggle, leading to confusion among staff. Some teams felt emboldened to push boundaries, while others were mired in caution. The balance between these two ideals became more precarious as legal battles escalated, diverting resources and focus away from core objectives. Gradually, this internal dissonance manifested in operational inefficiencies. As the organization attempted to navigate the choppy waters of compliance, the initial spirit of innovation began to fade, leaving behind a fragmented corporate culture struggling for coherence in a turbulent environment. Media relations played a pivotal role in shaping public perception during this decline. Initially, the organization garnered significant attention for its ambitious promise to disrupt traditional broadcasting. Enthusiastic reports highlighted its innovative technology, which allowed users to stream over-the-air television broadcasts. This momentum attracted both customers and investors, creating an aura of excitement around the venture. As challenges mounted, the narrative shifted. Legal battles and regulatory scrutiny began to overshadow the once celebrated innovations. The media, initially supportive, turned critical. Reports began to focus on the implications of its business model, questioning the sustainability of its operations in light of mounting legal challenges. the organization's attempts to communicate its vision became increasingly fraught as messaging struggled to keep pace with the evolving landscape. Press releases, once filled with optimism, took on a defensive tone. Responses to lawsuits and regulatory inquiries were met with skepticism, leading to a perception of desperation. The disconnect between the intended message and public reception widened, further complicating the organization's efforts to maintain its image. In the end, the once celebrated narrative of innovation devolved into a cautionary tale. The diminishing public trust reflected not only the organization's operational struggles, but also its inability to effectively manage its media relations in a rapidly changing environment. The remnants of its reputation lingered, increasingly overshadowed by the reality of its failures. The influence of this fading company extended beyond its immediate dissolution. Legal battles surrounding its operations prompted lawmakers to reassess the landscape of television streaming. The courts scrutinized the implications of its business model, which challenged the traditional broadcasting system. Such scrutiny led to a reconsideration of existing laws governing content distribution and copyright protections. Regulatory discussions emerged, fueled by the desire to prevent a repeat of the controversies that surrounded Aereo. This shift prompted legislators to explore frameworks that would better accommodate technological advancements while safeguarding the interests of established networks. Efforts to adapt to this evolving environment involved a careful balancing act, attempting to foster innovation without undermining the rights of content creators. In the wake of its demise, the landscape became increasingly polarized as newer streaming services navigated the complex waters of licensing agreements and content ownership. The failures experienced by this company served as cautionary tales, illustrating the perils of operating in a legal gray area. As these lessons were absorbed, shifting attitudes toward copyright and streaming began to take shape. Consequently, the reverberations of Aereo's collapse were felt in boardrooms and legislative chambers alike, as industry stakeholders sought to carve out a sustainable future. The echoes of its influence remain, subtly guiding the trajectory of streaming legislation in an era marked by rapid technological change. This legacy extends beyond mere legislation, leaving an indelible mark on the evolving landscape of content distribution. The innovative approach taken by the startup challenged traditional broadcasting models, prompting incumbents to reevaluate their strategies. These developments set a precedent, inspiring subsequent ventures to explore alternative pathways in the streaming ecosystem. Many emerging platforms adopted similar models, seeking to leverage the shifting dynamics of consumer preferences. This shift towards direct access to content without intermediary gatekeepers has become a hallmark of contemporary streaming services. The remnants of Aereo's vision can be traced through the proliferation of ad-supported and subscription-based models, which have proliferated in recent years. The landscape, once dominated by a few major players, now reflects a diverse array of options, a transformation partly catalyzed by Aereo's bold experiments. Legal battles sparked a deeper conversation about intellectual property and distribution rights, prompting regulators and industry leaders to confront the complexities of modern broadcasting. Focus has shifted to user experiences as services strive to create seamless interactions across devices. This evolution has been marked by a growing emphasis on personalization, a response to the changing consumer landscape. The influence of Aereo underscores the importance of adaptability in a field where technological advancements are constant and the competition is relentless. A multitude of factors contributed to Aereo's decline, with legal challenges emerging as a primary obstacle. The service's model, which relied on capturing over-the-air broadcasts for streaming, was met with fierce opposition from major television networks. This region, where legal battles took precedence over innovation, became increasingly hostile. The courts. Financial instability soon followed, with mounting legal fees demanding resources that could have been allocated toward growth. Investors grew wary, leading to dwindling capital that hindered any potential for expansion or improvement. Strategic missteps compounded the issue, as a failure to adequately communicate value to consumers left many uncertain about the service's longevity and importance. In a rapidly evolving marketplace, the inability to pivot in response to both consumer preferences and legal constraints became evident. The competition quickly seized upon these vulnerabilities, offering alternatives that capitalized on Aereo's miscalculations. The once promising venture devolved into a cautionary tale, illustrating the delicate balance between innovation and regulation. This fading company serves as a reminder that success in technology hinges not only on visionary ideas, but also on a robust framework that can withstand unforeseen challenges. The landscape of streaming technology underwent a significant transformation in the wake of its decline. Innovators and established players alike assessed the shortcomings of a model that had faltered under the weight of legal challenges and market competition. It became evident that a more resilient infrastructure was necessary to ensure sustainability. Emerging platforms began to adopt a hybrid approach, integrating both traditional broadcasting methods and advanced technology. This region saw the rise of subscription-based models that offered viewers an array of content without the constraints that had plagued earlier ventures. Consumer preferences shifted towards on-demand access, and these new services responded with expansive libraries, allowing for greater flexibility in viewing habits. Investment in original content flourished, driven by the desire to create unique offerings that would draw in subscribers. The competition intensified, leading to an environment where innovation thrived. Techniques such as adaptive bitrate streaming were developed, enhancing user experience by ensuring seamless playback regardless of connection quality. Personalization algorithms emerged, tailoring content recommendations to individual tastes, thereby increasing engagement. The shift towards cloud-based solutions allowed for scalability and more efficient resource management. This evolution marked a departure from the pitfalls of earlier models. While the memory of Aereo remained a cautionary tale, Aereo's competitors observed the unfolding situation with keen interest. They recognized that the streaming landscape, while fraught with challenges, offered opportunities for innovation and growth. Several companies capitalized on established business models, ensuring compliance with regulations that had. This region of the television streaming market became dominated by entities that embraced licensed content, negotiating agreements that bolstered their legitimacy. They understood the importance of partnerships with content creators and networks, securing a diverse array of offerings that appealed to a wide range of viewers. The premises of these businesses thrived on a foundation of predictability, unlike the precarious venture undertaken by Aereo. In contrast to Aereo's approach, competitors invested in superior technology and user experience. Streaming platforms offered seamless interfaces, robust customer support, and tailored recommendations, understanding that user satisfaction was paramount. Customer retention became a priority, with many companies implementing subscription models that provided stable revenue streams. While Aereo's demise echoed through the industry, it also served as a catalyst for evolution. Lessons learned from its missteps shaped strategic decisions, guiding competitors to innovate responsibly and adapt to an ever-changing environment. The collective memory of Aereo's fate became a silent mentor, illuminating the path towards sustainability and success in television streaming. Content providers emerged as pivotal players in the streaming ecosystem, shaping the landscape that would. Negotiations between content creators and streaming platforms often dictated the viability of business models. The delicate balance between licensing costs and subscriber revenue frequently left emerging companies vulnerable. As Aereo's struggles unfolded, it became evident that such relationships required both strategic foresight and financial acumen. The challenge of securing content at sustainable rates remained a formidable barrier, particularly for startups lacking the capital reserves of established competitors. With the rise of proprietary platforms, many content providers began to reclaim their assets, leading to a fragmentation of the market. This shift not only served to strengthen established players, but also created an increasingly complex environment for newcomers. The fading companies' attempt to offer a service without the necessary agreements underscored the importance of collaboration. The lessons learned from this era highlight that success in the streaming sector extends beyond technology. It fundamentally relies on the intricate relationships with content providers. Changing consumer preferences began to shift the landscape of television consumption, influencing the trajectory of Aereo. Audiences sought more flexibility, gravitating towards platforms that offered on-demand content rather than traditional broadcast methods. This demand for immediacy and control rendered Aereo's model increasingly obsolete. The allure of binge-watching entire series or accessing a vast library of films contributed to a departure from live television, a cornerstone of Aereo's service. As consumers embraced subscription models that allowed them to curate their viewing experiences, the value proposition of Aereo diminished. The rise of established competitors, equipped with substantial content libraries, further complicated its standing in a crowded marketplace. This region, once buzzing with the potential for innovation, now bore the weight of unmet expectations. Aereo, initially heralded as a disruptor, found itself struggling to adapt to these evolving tastes. The absence of partnerships with major networks compounded its challenges. Without the ability to secure essential content, it became increasingly difficult to justify its offering to a consumer base that had shifted its allegiance to platforms with more robust selections. The impact of these behavioral changes was profound, leading to a gradual decline in subscribers. As the company faced mounting pressure, its operational viability came into question. Intellectual property emerged as a critical asset. In the realm of technology, it serves not only as a safeguard for innovation, but also as a competitive barrier. Companies rely on patents and copyrights to protect their unique offerings, ensuring that they can maneuver in a crowded market filled with eager imitators. This principle held true for many startups, including Aereo, that sought to carve out a niche in the streaming industry. The absence of robust intellectual property protections often leads to a vulnerability that can be exploited by more established entities. Aereo's model, which relied heavily on the use of over-the-air signals, drew scrutiny from major media corporations. Legal battles ensued, and the company found itself embroiled in disputes that drained resources and diverted focus from strategic growth. Each legal setback further weakened its standing in a competitive landscape. In this environment, innovation without protection can become a double-edged sword. Startups may generate groundbreaking ideas, but without a fortress of intellectual property supporting them, their achievements can be quickly overshadowed. As the pressures intensified, the very essence of what made Aereo's offering distinctive diminished against a backdrop of litigation and public scrutiny. The lessons from this decline highlight the necessity of intellectual property as both a shield and a catalyst for sustainable growth in the technology sector. Brand equity is shaped by market perception, which, in the case of Aereo, was fraught with challenges. Initial enthusiasm around its innovative approach to streaming television created a fleeting sense of hope. This sentiment was palpable across various media channels, where consumers eagerly anticipated a new era of accessibility to broadcast content. Aereo positioned itself as a disruptor, appealing to a demographic that sought to break free from traditional cable subscriptions. Expectations were high, and early adopters embraced the service, associating it with freedom and technology-driven convenience. Positive narratives circulated, emphasizing its cost-effectiveness and ease of use. Yet this perception began to unravel as legal battles intensified. The company's struggle against established media giants shifted public sentiment. The narrative transformed from one of innovation to one of contention, as users witnessed the unfolding drama surrounding its operational viability. As court rulings favored traditional broadcasters, brand equity eroded, trust diminished, and the once promising perception of Aereo morphed into skepticism. This region of the market, once ripe for disruption, turned hostile. Consumers began to question the sustainability of Aereo's model. The fading company struggled to maintain its image amidst an increasingly competitive landscape. Strategic miscalculations became increasingly evident as time progressed. Decisions made in the early stages aimed to disrupt traditional broadcasting models, but financial management, too, proved to be a significant flaw. Investments poured into technology and infrastructure without a sustainable revenue model in place. This led to an unsustainable burn rate, limiting their ability to adapt to market shifts. A reliance on a subscription model without adequate differentiation failed to engage a broader audience. The competition continued to evolve, offering more comprehensive solutions that further marginalized it. The branding strategy lacked clarity, leaving consumers confused about the value proposition. Messaging focused on innovation, but failed to resonate with a target demographic that remained loyal to more established options. This misalignment contributed to a dwindling subscriber base, exacerbating the financial strain. In the aftermath, the company's downfall serves as a case study in the importance of aligning business strategies with market realities. Decisions made in haste, without thorough analysis and foresight, can lead to an inevitable decline. This fading entity became a cautionary tale in the rapidly shifting landscape of media consumption. The financial statements of this fading entity reveal a stark portrait of losses that span several years. Revenue forecasts consistently fell short of expectations, creating a chasm between projected growth and actual performance. The initial enthusiasm surrounding the launch quickly dissipated, leading to a steady decline in subscriber numbers. This downturn was evidenced by dwindling cash reserves, which in turn limited operational capabilities and marketing efforts. Operating expenses ballooned, primarily driven by legal battles and infrastructure costs. This region of the business landscape was characterized by intense competition and an increasing reliance on advertising revenue that never materialized as anticipated. Market share eroded due to the emergence of established competitors who adapted more quickly to consumer preferences. A comprehensive analysis of the balance sheet illustrates the mounting liabilities that overshadowed any assets. Investors became wary as the forecasts for profitability shifted from hopeful to grim, resulting in a series of funding rounds that. The cash flow statements reflected a troubling trend, negative cash flows that persisted over multiple reporting periods. These figures highlighted the unsustainable nature of its business model. The role of venture capital in its growth journey became a pivotal aspect of the company's trajectory. Substantial investments poured in during the early stages, allowing for rapid expansion and aggressive marketing campaigns. Prominent venture capital firms, enticed by the innovative technology and the promise of disrupting traditional broadcasting, provided financial backing that fueled this ambitious endeavor. These funds facilitated the development of a complex infrastructure, enabling streaming capabilities that promised to redefine how viewers access television content. Initial enthusiasm surrounded the company's technological advancements as they sought to capture a significant market share. The allure of a burgeoning streaming service appeared irresistible, drawing in both investors and consumers. As growth continued, the disconnect between the operational realities and the expectations set by venture capitalists became apparent. The pressure for rapid scaling, driven largely by investment interests, often overshadowed the need for a sustainable business model. This created an environment where short-term gains took precedence over long-term viability. Legal battles over copyright issues further strained resources, diverting attention from core operations. The influx of capital, once seen as a lifeline, became a double-edged sword, complicating the company's ability to adapt to a rapidly evolving media landscape. Leadership transitions marked a significant turning point within the organization. Frequent changes in management led to a lack of consistent vision and strategy. This instability created confusion among employees and stakeholders alike. New executives, often brought in with bold promises, struggled to align with the existing culture and technological framework. Each new leadership team introduced different priorities, further fracturing any cohesive plan for growth. In this environment, product development suffered. Innovation became sporadic, as teams were redirected to chase fleeting trends rather than focusing on core competencies. Decision-making processes grew cumbersome, with layers of bureaucracy hindering responsiveness. The once nimble startup increasingly mirrored the slow-moving giants it sought to disrupt. Amid these challenges, communication faltered. Employees, unsure of the company's direction, felt disconnected from the broader mission. This disengagement permeated the organizational culture, resulting in diminished morale and productivity. Talented individuals began to exit, seeking stability and clarity elsewhere. Investor confidence waned, reflecting the growing unease surrounding leadership effectiveness. Financial reports began to show troubling signs as revenues failed to meet projections. The once promising enterprise struggled to capture market share, lost in a sea of competition. Amidst this turmoil, the vision that sparked its inception faded, leaving a landscape marked by missed opportunities and unrealized potential. Customer service emerged as a critical aspect of Aereo's operations, impacting user satisfaction and loyalty. Initial enthusiasm was met with a significant challenge, navigating complex technical issues that arose frequently. Inadequate resources hindered timely resolutions, leading to frustration among subscribers. The reliance on a digital platform meant that when issues occurred, users often found themselves in a frustrating loop of automated responses, lacking the personal touch that could have alleviated their concerns. Users frequently reported a lack of clarity in communication regarding service outages and technical difficulties. This created a perception of unreliability, diminishing trust in the service. The absence of a robust support team further exacerbated these issues, as representatives struggled to provide informed guidance. As problems persisted, the growing dissatisfaction translated into a steady decline in subscriber numbers, highlighting the ripple effect of poor service on overall business health. In an increasingly competitive market, Aereo's inability to adapt its customer service approach stood in stark contrast to the standards set by its competitors. Many users sought alternatives that not only offered reliable streaming, but also prioritized responsive support. This shift in consumer expectations rendered Aereo's efforts inadequate. The role of social media in Aereo's brand communication proved to be a double-edged sword. Initially, platforms like Twitter and Facebook served as effective channels for conveying its message of innovation and disruption in the television industry. They allowed for real-time engagement with potential customers, creating an image of a forward-thinking service that resonated with a tech-savvy audience. This outreach helped to build a following, generating excitement and anticipation around its offerings. As time progressed, it became evident that this initial momentum was not enough to sustain a lasting impact. The discourse on social media shifted from enthusiastic support to scrutiny. Legal challenges and challenges from traditional broadcasters dominated conversations, casting a shadow over Aereo's narrative. The once vibrant discussions turned into a battleground of opinions, where critics highlighted the service's vulnerabilities and questioned its legitimacy. The inability to effectively manage this evolving dialogue contributed to a weakening brand image. Aereo struggled to respond to the mounting backlash, further diminishing its standing within the competitive landscape. As the company's financial difficulties grew more pronounced, the conversations on social media shifted from curiosity to resignation. This transition reflected a broader disillusionment, as the public's initial optimism faded into a recognition of the business's inevitable decline. Regulatory changes significantly shaped the course of operations. The emergence of legal challenges marked a turning point, with Aereo facing scrutiny from major broadcasting networks. These entities viewed the startup's innovative streaming model as a direct threat to their traditional business structures. The tension escalated when key decisions from courts began to unfold, illustrating the fragility of Aereo's position within the legal landscape. In the spring of 2014, a critical ruling by the Supreme Court delivered a decisive blow. The court recognized the broadcasters' rights to control their content, effectively dismantling Aereo's operational foundation. This judgment underscored the precarious nature of internet-based services that relied heavily on existing media structures. the startup's ability to continue offering its service diminished rapidly, and the implications reverberated throughout the industry. With mounting legal pressures, the venture struggled to attract new investments. Confidence waned within potential partners and customers alike, as uncertainty clouded the viability of the business model. The workforce, once vibrant and driven by innovation, became increasingly demoralized in the face of impending closure. The regulatory environment not only impacted operations, but also served as a harbinger of the eventual dissolution. As the legal landscape shifted beneath it, the fading company became emblematic of the challenges faced by disruptors navigating entrenched interests in an evolving media ecosystem. Key partnerships were initially seen as the lifeblood of the venture, providing essential content and technological support. Collaborations with various television networks promised access to a diverse catalog, expanding its appeal to a broader audience. Early on, these alliances appeared fruitful, enhancing visibility and credibility within a competitive marketplace. Content providers, recognizing the shifting dynamics of viewership, were intrigued by the potential for innovation. They sought to engage younger demographics, who increasingly distanced themselves from traditional cable subscriptions. This alignment fostered optimism, suggesting a new era of viewing habits and content consumption. As the company grew, the strain of established interests began to emerge. Licensed agreements became contentious, marked by disputes over revenue sharing and rights management. Tensions escalated when major networks withdrew their support, fearing the erosion of traditional distribution models. The once promising partnerships faltered under the weight of legal and financial pressures, severely limiting access to crucial content. This shift left the venture struggling to maintain relevance amid an increasingly competitive environment. Content scarcity highlighted weaknesses and diminished user engagement. This shift in user engagement marked a significant turning point for the fading company. The emergence of new technologies reshaped content distribution, leaving it vulnerable to competition that leveraged advancements more effectively. Internet speeds increased, leading to a growing preference for on-demand services that provided expansive libraries. The inability to adapt to these changes left it at a disadvantage. High-definition content became the standard, and platforms that offered superior streaming quality gained traction. It struggled to secure the licensing agreements necessary to compete in this evolving landscape. Competitors, armed with vast resources and established partnerships, dominated the market, offering diverse programming that appealed to a broader audience. The rapid technological evolution left many viewers unwilling to compromise on quality and variety. Mobile viewing surged, altering consumption habits. Audiences sought flexibility, desiring access to content across devices. It could not accommodate these preferences, further alienating its user base. The reliance on outdated delivery methods became apparent as users gravitated toward agile alternatives that provided seamless experiences. This technological shift not only redefined viewer expectations, but also highlighted its limitations. The once promising vision of this startup faded, overshadowed by a relentless tide of innovation that it could not withstand. Content distribution transformed into a battleground, where adaptability determined survival, and it fell silent amidst the clamor for relevance. Subscriber retention strategies became crucial in an increasingly competitive landscape. Aereo's initial promise lay in its innovative approach, offering users the ability to stream live television over the internet. This notion attracted a fervent user base, eager for a new method of consuming media. Early adopters reveled in the service's simplicity and accessibility, but the excitement soon waned. Challenges emerged as the company grappled with a myriad of obstacles, including content licensing disputes and legal battles with major broadcasters. These conflicts not only drained financial resources, but also created uncertainty among subscribers. In an environment where loyalty to service providers was fragile, the loss of access to popular content proved detrimental. Efforts to engage users through communication and promotional tactics fell short of expectations. The allure of exclusive offerings could not compensate for the growing discontent with service reliability. Initiatives aimed at enhancing user experience were overshadowed by ongoing technical difficulties. As subscriber numbers dwindled, the company found itself in a precarious position, struggling to maintain its identity amidst an increasingly crowded marketplace. The realization that maintaining subscribers required more than just innovative technology became evident, yet solutions remained elusive. The decline reflected broader trends within the industry, highlighting the challenges inherent in retaining a loyal audience amidst evolving consumption habits. Aereo's position within the streaming landscape was shaped by its unique economic model, which sought to offer an innovative approach to television access. By leveraging technology that utilized tiny antennas to capture over-the-air signals, it presented a low-cost solution to consumers. This model, however, quickly ran into complications as traditional broadcasters and network giants viewed it as an infringement on their rights. The legal battles that ensued not only drained resources, but also drew public attention away from the product itself. Investments made in marketing and infrastructure were substantial, yet consumer uptake did not meet expectations. There was a disconnect between the appeal of Aereo's concept and the practical realities of viewer habits. Competing services, often bundled with other media offerings, provided consumers with a more comprehensive package that included not just live broadcasts, but also on-demand content. This made Aereo's singular focus on live television increasingly less attractive. Market pressures mounted as subscription rates fluctuated and competition intensified. It became evident that sustaining the business under these economic conditions was becoming increasingly untenable. A lack of adaptability to shifting consumer preferences further contributed to its downturn. The economic landscape for streaming services demanded agility and innovation, qualities that the fading company struggled to embody, leading inevitably to its downfall. The challenges faced by this fading company reverberated throughout the landscape of broadcast television, reshaping viewer habits and expectations. Audiences began to gravitate towards on-demand content, seeking convenience over traditional viewing schedules. In this evolving environment, Aereo's model, which offered an alternative approach to accessing broadcast signals, attracted attention and sparked discussions about the future of television. As viewers experimented with streaming options, a shift in consumption patterns became apparent. They began favoring platforms that allowed for flexibility, often preferring to watch content at their own pace. The allure of digital access diminished the perceived value of conventional broadcasting, leading to a gradual decline in traditional viewership numbers. This shift prompted established networks to reconsider their strategies, aiming to reclaim audience interest through various means, including the development of their own streaming services. The repercussions extended beyond mere ratings. They prompted legal challenges and debates over copyright and content ownership. Aereo's innovative yet controversial approach. Aereo's innovative yet controversial approach left a lasting imprint on the landscape of television streaming. The model challenged traditional broadcasting, emphasizing the necessity for adaptive strategies in an evolving digital marketplace. This ripple effect became apparent as new startups entered the arena, inspired by Aereo's ambition to redefine content accessibility. Many emerging companies sought to replicate its model, experimenting with different variations of streaming services. The notion of harnessing over-the-air signals for online distribution drew interest, highlighting the potential for cost-effective alternatives to conventional cable subscriptions. Investors began to take notice, shifting their focus toward ventures that embrace the principles of user empowerment and flexibility, which Aereo had attempted to showcase. Legal challenges faced by Aereo served as cautionary tales, prompting future startups to tread carefully regarding copyright laws and distribution rights. This region of content delivery became increasingly complex, necessitating a deeper understanding of regulatory frameworks. The specter of Aereo lingered, reminding entrepreneurs of the fine line between innovation and infringement. In the aftermath, the industry witnessed a surge in services that prioritized niche markets, underscoring a shift in consumer preferences. Streaming platforms began to diversify their offerings, moving away from conventional models, thereby carving out individualized viewing experiences. The legacy of Aereo remains a subtle but influential undercurrent in the ongoing evolution of the streaming landscape. Building a sustainable business in technology presents a unique set of challenges, as evidenced by the trajectory of countless startups. The rapid pace of innovation often creates an environment where the lifespan of ideas is fleeting. Companies find themselves in an arms race, struggling to keep up with evolving consumer preferences and advancements. This region has become increasingly competitive, where emerging players continuously disrupt established norms. Market saturation complicates the landscape further. It is not uncommon for new entrants to dilute potential customer bases, leaving businesses to vie for attention in an overcrowded field. The struggle to differentiate offerings can lead to significant financial strain, forcing companies to allocate resources to marketing and user acquisition rather than product development. Moreover, regulatory hurdles loom large. Navigating the complexities of copyright and intellectual property laws can stifle innovation and hinder growth. This results in an atmosphere where fear of litigation often outweighs the pursuit of groundbreaking ideas. The financial demands of compliance can drain the lifeblood from even the most promising ventures. Investors, too, grow increasingly wary. Expectations for profitability emerge quickly, often leaving startups to scramble under the pressure of unsustainable growth models. These factors contribute to a cycle of ambition and failure that frequently defines the tech industry, echoing the fate of Aereo and others like it. Consumer advocacy emerged as a critical player in the legal battles surrounding Aereo. These groups, representing the interests of viewers seeking innovative access to television content, rallied behind the startup. Supporters viewed Aereo as a beacon of hope for a more flexible and affordable entertainment landscape. Their involvement underscored a growing discontent with traditional cable providers and the constraints they imposed. Legal challenges mounted as broadcasters accused Aereo of infringing on their rights, by retransmitting live television signals without consent. This prompted a series of court cases that would. Despite these efforts, the legal framework heavily favored traditional media interests. Courts ruled against Aereo, culminating in a significant Supreme Court decision that deemed its operations illegal. The ramifications of this ruling extended beyond Aereo, shaping the future of streaming and broadcasting. The initial enthusiasm surrounding consumer advocacy waned, revealing the complexities and limitations of legal protections in a continuously evolving technological environment. The interplay of consumer sentiment and legal precedent. Evaluating Aereo's marketing tactics reveals a complex landscape of successes and failures. Initial strategies leaned heavily on the allure of innovation, positioning the service as a pioneer in streaming technology. It captured the attention of early adopters who were drawn to the promise of accessing live television without traditional cable subscriptions. This aspect resonated well in a market increasingly frustrated by conventional broadcasting models. Promotional efforts highlighted the convenience and affordability of the service, appealing to a demographic disillusioned by escalating cable costs. Engaging social media campaigns fostered a sense of community among users, creating an identity that distinguished it from competitors. These approaches cultivated a loyal following, evident in the initial subscriber growth. Conversely, challenges arose from the company's inability to effectively communicate the legal implications of its service. The lack of clarity regarding the ownership of content rights generated confusion and distrust among potential customers. This sentiment intensified as legal battles unfolded, overshadowing marketing efforts and eroding the brand's credibility. Missteps in targeting broader audiences also contributed to its decline. While early adopters embraced the technology, efforts to reach mainstream consumers often fell flat, resulting in stagnant growth. The juxtaposition of initial enthusiasm against the backdrop of creeping legal issues paints a picture of a venture that struggled to adapt in a rapidly changing environment. Controversially, the business model revolved around providing over-the-air television signals to subscribers via the internet, circumventing traditional broadcasting frameworks. This approach, appealing to the growing number of cord cutters, suggested a shift in how audiences consumed media. It indicated a desire for greater accessibility, aligning with a broader societal trend towards on-demand content and mobile viewing. The implications of this model extended beyond mere convenience. It challenged long-standing norms within the television industry, raising questions about content ownership and intellectual property. The broadcasting companies perceived it as a threat, prompting a series of legal battles that. In the wake of this struggle, the narrative of Aereo transformed into a cautionary tale. The aspirations of an interface designed for a more democratic viewing experience became overshadowed by implications of legality and market disruption. This venture illuminated the friction between innovation and established corporate interests, highlighting a reality where technology's potential often collides with regulatory frameworks. The Fading Company. The Fading Company adopted a pricing strategy that sparked considerable debate within the industry. Initial offerings featured a low monthly subscription fee, aiming to attract cord cutters seeking affordable access to live television streams. This approach drew attention and quickly garnered a dedicated user base. However, the implications of such pricing soon became apparent. Feedback from consumers highlighted the allure of cost savings, Yet criticism emerged regarding the sustainability of this model. As operational costs increased, maintaining profitability while offering competitive prices proved challenging. Users expressed concerns over potential service disruptions, raising questions about the long-term viability of the service. Industry experts noted that the aggressive pricing strategy might have been an attempt to disrupt traditional broadcasting, but the implementation of such a strategy without a robust plan for scaling operations resulted in significant backlash. Offers of low prices drew in many, but as the company struggled to meet demands, dissatisfaction grew. An unsustainable approach became increasingly evident, contributing to the gradual unraveling of the once promising service. In the wake of this feedback, it became clear that adjustments would be necessary, but time was running out. The relationship between this fledgling company and major content providers grew increasingly strained. Initial collaborations seemed promising, with expectations of mutual benefit. However, it quickly became apparent that the content providers were wary of the implications of this new streaming model. Concerns revolved around the potential erosion of traditional broadcasting standards and revenue streams. Legal challenges emerged swiftly as these providers sought to protect their interests. A lawsuit was initiated by several prominent networks, asserting that streaming services like Aereo infringed on copyright laws. This legal confrontation cast a shadow over operations, diverting resources and attention from necessary improvements. As the litigation progressed, it became evident that the company's operational framework was unsustainable. Content providers continued to push back, intensifying their efforts to block access to their programming. The perception of the startup shifted from an innovative disruptor to a contentious adversary. This tumultuous dynamic resulted in diminishing support from potential partners, further isolating the company in an already competitive market. With each setback, the gap between ambitions and reality widened. The prospect of expansion became increasingly elusive, overshadowed by mounting legal pressures and a rapidly changing industry landscape. The initial vision of transforming television consumption faded under the weight of unresolved conflicts and relentless competition. The absence of Aereo left a notable void in the evolving landscape of television. This region became a point of reflection for both consumers and broadcasters, prompting a reevaluation of traditional distribution methods. With its innovative technology, Aereo had challenged the status quo, but its decline served as a cautionary tale for aspiring disruptors. Broadcasters, faced with a shifting paradigm, began to reassess their strategies. The repercussions extended beyond Aereo itself, influencing content delivery and the approach to viewer engagement. As the dust settled, many companies recognized the need for adaptation in an era defined by on-demand consumption. This period marked a shift towards more integrated streaming services, as existing players enhanced their offerings to reclaim audience attention. The regulatory environment also experienced a transformation in response to Aereo's short-lived operations. Legal battles illuminated the complexities of copyright and distribution rights, prompting lawmakers to consider reforms that would better accommodate emerging technologies. These discussions reflected a newfound urgency to balance innovation with the protection of intellectual property. In the wake of this decline, the remnants of Aereo's ambition lingered in the industry's collective consciousness. It became a catalyst for change, pushing established networks to innovate and refine their models. Public perception played a pivotal role in shaping the trajectory of the fading company. Initially, it garnered significant enthusiasm from consumers eager for more flexible viewing options. The allure of accessing live television without the burden of traditional subscriptions resonated with many. This initial excitement created an impression of a burgeoning industry leader, promising a paradigm shift in media consumption. Yet the perception of Aereo quickly became entwined with controversy. Legal challenges emerged from established networks, framing it as a threat to their traditional revenue streams. This conflict colored public opinion, casting the startup in a contentious light. What began as an innovative solution soon transformed into a symbol of disruption, leading to polarized views. As the legal battles intensified, the once vibrant narrative of empowerment and choice faded into a story of uncertainty. Investor confidence dwindled, reflecting growing skepticism among the public regarding the sustainability of the business model. The perception shifted from one of hope to an awareness of vulnerability. In the face of mounting criticism, the company struggled to maintain its initial momentum. Communications were carefully crafted to mitigate negative sentiments, yet the message often fell flat, unable to counteract the prevailing narrative of impending failure. This erosion of trust. Aereo's closure marked a decisive moment in the landscape of digital innovation. The company, once a promising contender in the realm of television streaming, faced insurmountable challenges in its final days. Legal battles loomed large as powerful broadcasters sought to reclaim their territory. These encounters gradually eroded the foundation upon which Aereo was built, stifling its growth and innovation. During these waning moments, the once enthusiastic user base began to dwindle, disillusioned by the uncertainty. The service that had once captivated early adopters now felt fragile, a mere shell of its former self. Reports of dwindling subscriptions and increasing operational costs painted a somber portrait of a company struggling to maintain its relevance. As court rulings favored traditional broadcasters, Aereo's fate was all but sealed. The financial strain became evident, leading to gut-wrenching decisions that would. With the inevitable announcement of closure, a sense of finality punctuated the air. The once vibrant headquarters stood as a haunting reminder of ambition unfulfilled, echoing the dreams of a company that sought to revolutionize media consumption. Aereo's story serves as a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between innovation and regulation in the digital age. The aftermath of Aereo's demise rippled through the media and technology landscapes. Competitors, recognizing the precarious nature of streaming services, began reassessing their own operational frameworks. This region, once buzzing with the promise of unbounded access to content, now echoed with cautionary tales. Industry leaders, previously enamored with the potential for disruption, adopted a more conservative approach to innovation. Executives analyzed the legal ramifications of Aereo's business model, scrutinizing the implications of copyright laws that had been tested in the courts. Content providers, emboldened by their victory, tightened restrictions on how their programming could be accessed and distributed. Traditional broadcasters, sensing an opportunity, reinforced their own digital offerings, enhancing capabilities to attract users back to familiar platforms. Regulatory bodies, previously passive, began to investigate the nuances of emerging media technologies more rigorously. This shift marked a turning point, prompting calls for clearer guidelines that could protect intellectual property while fostering innovation. The once promising startup left a legacy of caution, influencing not only how emerging businesses approached market entry, but also how established firms navigated their existing structures. The landscape, now littered with the remnants of failed ventures, reflected a collective recalibration. Resilience and adaptability emerged as essential qualities for survival in an increasingly complex digital ecosystem. Innovation flourished following the decline of Aereo, igniting a shift in the streaming landscape. New platforms emerged, embracing diverse business models that catered to changing consumer preferences. Subscription services gained prominence, offering curated content libraries at predictable monthly rates. This approach attracted millions seeking convenience and a sense of control over their viewing experiences. Ad-supported models also made a significant resurgence, appealing to budget-conscious audiences. The allure of free or low-cost access to extensive content libraries, funded by advertising revenue, created opportunities for both established networks and emerging players. It transformed the way audiences engaged with media, as the viewing experience became intertwined with brand messaging and targeted marketing. Content creation diversified as well. Original programming became a hallmark of many services, allowing platforms to differentiate themselves in a crowded marketplace. This emphasis on exclusive content cultivated a competitive environment, prompting companies to invest heavily in storytelling and production value. Simultaneously, the technology behind streaming advanced, ensuring smoother experiences and higher quality visuals. The rise of cloud-based solutions and improved bandwidth allowed for seamless streaming, accommodating the growing number of consumers transitioning to digital platforms. In this evolving landscape, the lessons from Aereo's downfall were not forgotten. The focus shifted toward sustainable practices and understanding audience needs, laying the groundwork for a more resilient future in streaming. Media coverage surrounding this venture reflected both fascination and skepticism. The startup emerged as a symbol of disruption within an industry resistant to change. Coverage often highlighted the innovative technology that allowed viewers to access live television over the internet. Fans celebrated the promise of greater access and affordability, while critics voiced concerns regarding its legality and potential impact on traditional broadcasters. Documentaries and articles portrayed it as a harbinger of innovation, encapsulating the spirit of a generation eager to embrace change. The stories frequently oscillated between admiration for its ambition and caution regarding its sustainability. Journalists examined the implications of its model, questioning whether the streaming market could accommodate such a revolutionary approach. In popular culture, references emerged in various forms, from comedic sketches to serious commentary. This venture was likened to other tech startups that challenged established norms, drawing parallels to the rise and fall of similar companies. Conversations often included the notion of David versus Goliath, with the startup positioning itself against entrenched media giants. As the narrative unfolded, it became clear that despite the initial excitement, the challenges it faced were monumental. The combination of legal battles and financial constraints. The broader impact of Aereo's failure on tech startups resonates throughout the industry. This outcome served as a cautionary tale for emerging companies navigating the complex landscape of technology and media. entrepreneurs observed the consequences of overextending resources without securing sustainable legal frameworks. The once bright promise of innovation dimmed under the weight of regulatory scrutiny, highlighting the vulnerabilities inherent in disruptive business models. Investors grew increasingly cautious, favoring established entities over nascent ventures. The reluctance to back unproven concepts manifested in tighter funding rounds and heightened due diligence processes. In this environment, creativity and ambition faced a recalibration as the harsh reality of market dynamics shifted perspectives on risk. This region of the tech ecosystem began to prioritize compliance and adaptability, leading to the emergence of strategies that emphasize collaboration with existing industry players. Many fledgling companies shifted focus from head-on competition to partnership opportunities, seeking stability in alliances that provided mutual benefits. The lessons learned from Aereo's struggles became embedded in the collective memory of startups, influencing governance and operational practices. A new generation of innovators approached their objectives with greater awareness of legal landscapes and market expectations, forging paths that sought to avoid the pitfalls that had befallen their predecessors. The narrative of decline reshaped ambitions, instilling a sense of prudence alongside innovation. Economic theory provides a framework for understanding the collapse of this once promising startup. The concept of market entry barriers illustrates the challenges faced by Aereo as it attempted to disrupt a well-established industry. Traditional broadcasters, equipped with extensive resources and legal protections, were not merely competitors, but formidable gatekeepers of content distribution. This environment posed significant challenges for an emerging entity. The principle of supply and demand further elucidates the company's struggles. Aereo's unique value proposition, offering live television streaming via small antennas, initially attracted a dedicated user base. However, fluctuations in consumer preferences revealed the limitations of this model. The advent of alternative streaming services increased competition, leading to a saturated market. Demand for Aereo's services diminished as consumers gravitated towards more comprehensive platforms. In addition, the notion of public goods complicates the narrative. Broadcast signals, once viewed as freely accessible resources, became a contentious legal battleground. The company's reliance on these signals, without proper licensing, created vulnerabilities that. The culmination of these economic factors fostered an environment where adaptation was insufficient against the backdrop of regulatory pressures and evolving consumer habits. As this venture faded, it left behind a cautionary tale for future disruptors navigating established industries. This cautionary tale highlights the persistent struggle between innovation and regulation. Disruption often thrives in environments where rules are flexible, allowing new ideas to flourish unimpeded. In this case, a burgeoning technology sought to redefine the way viewers consumed content, challenging traditional broadcasting norms. The initial excitement surrounding this innovation masked the underlying complexities that would. Regulatory bodies, tasked with protecting established markets, responded with scrutiny. Legal battles unfolded, revealing the tension between a disruptive model and pre-existing frameworks. The streaming service, while appealing to a growing consumer base, faced opposition that stifled its ascent. The outcome illustrated the precarious balance innovators must navigate. The very laws designed to maintain order can also create barriers to progress. As the once promising enterprise unraveled, it became evident that the landscape for emerging technologies is fraught with challenges. Entrepreneurs must anticipate regulatory responses, which can alter the trajectory of their endeavors. Each attempt to innovate within a saturated market now carries the weight of this history, reminding future ventures of the potential pitfalls. The fading of this company serves as a reflection on the delicate interplay between creativity and compliance, urging innovators to tread cautiously in their pursuits. Aereo's journey imparts vital lessons to technology entrepreneurs and investors alike. This case highlights the importance of understanding the regulatory landscape that governs emerging industries. While ambition and innovation are essential, they must align with existing legal frameworks to foster sustainable growth. The initial promise of this service, which sought to provide access to television content without traditional cable subscriptions, resonated with a growing dissatisfaction among consumers. As idealism clashed with legislative realities, the repercussions became evident. Legal battles ensued, culminating in a pivotal Supreme Court ruling that deemed its operations illegal. The ensuing decline was marked by an unraveling of consumer trust and investor confidence. This region of technological ambition now serves as a cautionary tale, emphasizing the necessity for startups to engage proactively with policymakers and industry stakeholders. Interactions with regulatory bodies can shape the trajectory of innovation, ensuring that new business models do not violate established norms. The remnants of Aereo's aspirations linger, a reminder of what can occur when the drive for disruption overlooks the importance of compliance. Those within the industry are urged to reflect on this narrative, recognizing that the fusion of creativity with a thorough understanding of legal constraints is paramount. The echoes of Aereo's failure will resonate in the minds of future innovators, steering them toward more prudent paths.